Oh no, not again, man. Surely not. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Surely not indeed, and we haven't got time for it quite literally, because there is 2 weeks left of this transfer window, and there is a worrying Wissa update this morning. But I guess we have to hold our horses and hope for the best on this one. Apparently it's going to be a very key 24 hours, but how long have we been seeing that for on this pursuit of Johan Wissa? My days, it feels like it's dragged on and on, weeks and weeks, and we knew we were waiting for Brentford to sign Utara. They've done that. We were meant to be getting a deal done in the region of 35 million quid with Brentford, and now today, according to different reports, the likes of TalkSport saying Brentford are blocking a move for Wissa. They are holding out for close to 60 million quid for the striker. Just mental, that. Absolutely ridiculous. You'd think they must know that we've already sold Isak and are trying to get more money out of us. But I'm reading it here from TalkSport, what they're saying. Wissa does still believe that an exit will be sanctioned, so that's good news. Brentford sources saying it is now likely he stays. That's Alex Crook at TalkSport. So that's terrible news. But we have had the Daily Mail come back with some more information on that, which we'll touch on in a minute. But those initial news outlets reporting that he's likely to stay, that they're asking for 60 million because they don't want to lose him, basically. And PIF will not allow and will not sanction those sort of figures for this sort of player. Basically, a player that turns 29 next month with 12 months left on his deal, we are not willing, fully enough, to pay close to £60 million for him. It's an outrageous sum of money that Brentford are asking for. I mean, surely they realise they're not going to get that. Is it just a case of them where, fair enough, I'm saying they can't ask for that, they shouldn't ask for that. They're in every right of themselves to ask for that, to be fair. It's their player. They might deem him irreplaceable. They might think, we don't need 40 million for him. You know what? We want to keep him because he might keep us up in the league. If they keep a hold of Wissa, his goals might literally secure Premier League safety. There's lots of talk, dark horse, if you will, not even much of a dark horse anymore, after losing the manager and all the best players this summer, that Brentford could go down. They really could. They're in deep trouble there. So they might think, well, if we keep hold of Wissa, he scored 19 Premier League goals last year, that could save us. That could keep us in the division for another year. On the other hand, what you would think from a business point of view, but then again, the money they'd obviously recoup from staying up compared to the losses of getting relegated, you would have thought, hey, he's 29, he's got 12 months left, he doesn't want to be here, we'll take the 40 million. That's what you would have thought, but Brentford are, kind of disagreeing on that with themselves by the looks of it, because that one day goes by and they're like, yeah, once we get this player in, then you can have him for 35, 40 million, and then they just woke up this Monday morning, had a shit start of the day and thought, yeah, now it is, not selling him, fuck Newcastle, you're not getting him, not having him. But there is talks, like I say, we'll talk about the Daily Mail article now. Newcastle are still focused on a Wissa deal. Word over the weekend was that Brentford were asking for 50 million, and now today they're asking for 60 million. So this is where we don't want to be playing silly buggers. We don't want to be waiting too long, even though it feels like we have for weeks on end now. But Newcastle have continued to wait because they know of Wissa's desire to join Newcastle. He was kind of doing a mini Isak strike, wasn't he? He did end up still training for Brentford. He didn't refuse to play for them like Isak did with Newcastle, but he didn't feature at all on the weekend because he wasn't meant to be part of the plans. He wasn't training with the squad because Keith Andrews said he's not going to be part of the squad plans. Now there's like, well, what's happening? They kind of make their mind up by the looks of Brentford. Basically, they just want more money. They know the player wants to leave. They know he's probably going to leave. They know that they probably need to allow him to leave, but they're just asking for more money as the days go by because they know Newcastle get more and more desperate. They've probably seen our game against Villa and thought, if they had Wissa, they would have won that game. They need a striker, don't they? Crying out for one. There, Isak's not having it. So they're going to put the price up. They know we're desperate. They know there's 14 days left of the window, and they're just putting the fee up by the looks of it. But Newcastle are still going to go into negotiations today with a key 24 hours ahead to determine what happens next. Do they try and strike that deal with Brentford, or do they walk away? Let us know in the comments what you would do. But Newcastle are still looking at 2 strikers. Gonzalo Ramos, that we talked about on Friday night, is still an option and remains a possible deal to get done, which would then allow the sale of Alexander Isak. But if the Wissa deal doesn't happen, that reduces the chance of Isak going quite significantly. And of course it does, because we are 2 weeks away from deadline day. Liverpool haven't upped their bid, and we haven't got 1 striker through the door, never mind 2. So that is a big worry there. But we're still focused. We're still trying to get the Wissa deal done. But it's just worrying for me that, I mean, hopefully I can come back tonight with a positive update and Wissa's on his way, but it feels like we've been saying that for weeks now, that Wissa's close, Wissa's happening. We're just waiting for Brentford to do this. Brentford just keep digging the heels in, and it's getting to the point where it's like, well, when do we give up on this deal and look elsewhere? I mean, I'm a big fan of Wissa. I really like this signing. He's Premier League proven, and you know, the talk about the age, 29 in September, doesn't matter. Get a good 3-4 years out of him still. If he doesn't get any big injuries, you still get a few seasons out of him. It's a great idea for now. It's a big upgrade on Wilson. And then you look towards the younger striker. And for me, that would be a Ramos or a Samu. But that's where we are, and that's what we should be aiming to do. It's like, if we don't get Wissa through, then it's like a big setback for me. It's a big knockback, and it's like, oh, have we got time to even talk to other people and get things going? I mean, yes, in a way, because there's a fortnight left, but no in another way, because it's took us ages to get any deals done this whole summer. I mean, August has been a good month. We've actually been making signings the last couple of weeks, but it's a worry because then again, if you're going for another striker, the club knows that you are getting desperate. You failed on Sesko, you failed on Wissa, then the price just goes up and everyone just starts having your absolute life. So let us know what you think of that striker option in the comments below. But on Alexander Isak, then the little rats who sat at home on the weekend, a nice little weekend off, and got a club record fine. I was going to do a video on this yesterday, but was busy and hungover. And it was Alan Shearer, wasn't it, on Match of the Day, that was talking about Alexander Isak and rightfully called him out. And even Wayne Rooney stuck up for Newcastle and called Isak out as well as a few others. You've seen Andy Carroll over the weekend do it too. So we're getting into what all them have been saying. Situation. Well, in brief, he said Alex isn't going about it the right way. He's letting the club and the fans down. He's taking liberties. You can't refuse to train a player. You've got 3 years left on your contract. Very, very true. And I'm so glad it was put out there on BBC, on Match of the Day, for the world to see. And again, it just showcases his behaviour. And you can see Shearer, you know, getting angry at it, to be fair. And this is a bloke that sat down with Isak just a few months ago, asking him to sign a 10-year deal. We don't even want him to do that anymore. We just want him to see out his current deal. Play for the money you are getting paid, shall I say. So Isak there is taking liberties. I think it was even more frustrating when we're seeing that Villa performance. How good the team were without that clinical striker up front was a big blow to lose him and to not have a vocal point there. With him, we would have got 3 points and scored a couple of goals on that day. So Shearer digging him out there, saying he's letting everyone down. He's not doing it the right way, which he isn't. You know what I mean? He could easily have came out and said, I want to go to Liverpool. But while, you know, we're trying to get a deal done there, I'll represent the club that's paying my wages, and I'll represent the fans that have loved and adored me. And all that is turned on its head now. When you see at Villa Park on the weekend, everyone chanting one greedy bastard and all the rest of it, and deservedly so. But that's where we're at now, and it's good to see our club legend calling out what would have been a legend in Alexander Isak, and he's absolutely ruined that for himself now. You know, he scored in that cup final. He's been amazing for us for 3 years, and he was on his way, if not already, to legend status. All of them, to be fair, for winning that trophy and ending that 70-year wait. But now he's obviously absolutely ruined that legacy, which is a shame, but it's all his doing. Him and his agent, they've done it. They've went about it the complete wrong way. So Shearer there saying that, Rooney backing him up, basically saying his actions are unacceptable, it's shocking behaviour, and he shouldn't be doing it. And another ex-Newcastle striker who ended up moving against his own wishes to Liverpool on deadline day when Mike Ashley forced through the big sale of him is Andy Carroll, currently at Dagenham and Redbridge. He said Isak has lost the respect of Newcastle fans. Being from Newcastle, Carroll said, I didn't really want to leave. Didn't want to go. I wanted to stay. It was tough when I did go, but Isak's not from Newcastle, so he can act like he's acting now and think it's acceptable. It's a big move for him, but the way he's playing his cards at the minute, Newcastle fans aren't going to back him. He's not helping himself, and it's a shame because he's such a good player and every Newcastle fan wanted him to stay. The manager wants him to stay. It's not really the same as me because it's not his club, but the Geordies took him in and made him one of their own, but now he wants to go. That's his mind changed. So he might not have been a Geordie like Carroll or like Shearer, but he was treated like one. He had bigger bloody banners and displays and flags than either of those two or anybody else has ever had. The big Isak Swedish thing and everything else, and for him to show the level of disrespect is so wrong and so bad. And Carroll there saying, you know, it's a shame that he's kind of turned his nose up at us and changed his mind like this. And it really is, man. Like, we've said it a million times, but the way he's went about it is totally wrong, totally unacceptable. And I'm glad now more people are saying it, and it's not just me saying it. It's not just YouTubers or people online saying it. It's, you know, ex-players, current players, all saying it now, pundits putting it out there about Isak's behaviour, and it should show how, you know, how bad he's getting represented now and how bad he's looking to the world. You know, it's not a good look, Alex, and it hasn't worked out well. And he still is a Newcastle player. And I tell you what, with this Wissa deal falling through, you've got to get his fucking boots on and get training this week and get ready for Liverpool. I'll trick him in at this point. He's going to have to play. He'll kind of be playing going down the middle again. You've seen it doesn't work. If we do that against Liverpool, we haven't got a striker. We ain't scoring enough goals to beat them. So, yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it now. It's Monday morning, son. Get fucking training. Get playing. Because you're getting paid handsomely to do so. Unless you want another fine, sit at home and do nout. Then again, I mean, that atmosphere would be crazy. Him getting against Liverpool, how much effort would he give the fans against him? Yeah, it's one of them you got to weigh up. Probably not, but it's just because we're so bloody desperate for a strike and we've got one of the best sitting on the bench refusing to play. Really winds you up, doesn't it? Let's finish on a positive then, and that is that Newcastle United announced Jacob Ramsey last night. Official signing as Man United were getting beat and did get beat. Sesko, 0 goals, and Boomo, 0 goals. Cunha, 0 goals. Good stuff. They're still shite. That's one positive end on as well. But Jacob Ramsey announced at Newcastle United. That's lovely to see. Good introduction videos there. Funny enough, on PSR and stuff, it was mad to see the likes of Tyrone Mings calling out PSR and saying that Ramsey had essentially, a roundabout way, didn't want to leave because he's one of their own. You know, he's at the Villa Academy. This is exactly the same signing that happened for us with Elliot Anderson when we were forced to sell the local lad. And obviously they want to stay at the local clubs. Both probably excited at the new projects though, the new team and teams that are doing well and challenging. But yeah, forced to sell your best players to get that full market value and 100% profit through PSR and FFP nonsense. But Jacob Ramsey anyways is now a mag. It's a 5-year deal, takes the number 41 shirt. He said he can't wait to get stuck in and show the fans what he's capable of. He said Eddie Howe was a big pull and the reason why he's saying because all you need to do is look at his track record of developing players and getting them in the England squad. And Eddie Howe went on to say, you know, they're delighted to have Jacob Ramsey here. Big asset of the team, all the usual stuff you're expected to see. But it's great to see him over the line, quality midfielder, a fee of £39 million is initially the transfer signing for Jacob Ramsey from Villa with potential add-ons taking it around 43-44 million, but apparently those add-ons are hard to reach. But Ramsey, great midfielder there, very good midfielder, Premier League experience, Champions League experience, upgrade on Longstaff/Willock, so I'm very happy with that signing. Good midfield boost there. So looking forward to seeing him in black and white and how he gets on. Potentially a debut there for him in a week's time against Liverpool. There was another midfielder that was linked yesterday that we didn't do a video on because I just thought that's absolute bollocks. So we'll just clarify the bollocks right now, shall we? It was an Italian midfielder from Inter Milan that was linked to Newcastle yesterday. Strong reports out there in Italy that was saying that we were in for Fratesi. It's the one that Newcastle have admired and he is on the list according to Romano, but Newcastle will not make a move for him. Ramsey's taking up that midfield budget, which of course was the case. I don't understand how people were believing that. People were, you know, talking about it and stuff and putting it out there. Oh yeah, Fratesi. Nah, it's not going to happen because we've got Ramsey now. We haven't got another 50 odd million to spend on a midfielder. I think it's not FIFA. We don't really need him. I think we actually do need a midfielder, maybe a good defensive midfielder, but we haven't got the budget for it. And when you've got those three there, Tonali, Bruno, Joelinton, hard to replace them. Ramsey biting at the bit to try and replace him, and of course Louis Maidi as well. Unless Maidi went out on loan or something, and then you got Fratesi in. But I just couldn't see it in this window. Full focus is obviously on the striker department and trying to get Wissa or someone else done, and then obviously Isak's replacement done. So I don't think they've got time or the money or the facilities to be able to sign more midfielders. But that was the case yesterday from Italy, the Fratesi stuff, which was quickly shut down by Romano, and nothing ever came out from the UK because, I mean, it just was never going to happen, really, because we haven't got the capabilities to get that one done. But he has got the same agent as Sound and Finale. He obviously plays in the Italian national side with him, so Fratesi might be one for the future, but it's not going to be happening this window. So there we are, people. There's this morning's updates. Let's hope we have a better one with you on Wissa later on, or a new name. Who knows what could happen. It's going to be hectic in the last 2 weeks of the window, as it has been all bloody summer. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get told when the new video is out. Give a like, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.